GCHQ UFC 204, Manchester, England, Saturday night. Make sure you tune in if you haven't got tickets to be there in person. Historical moment, first ever British champion to be headlining as well, defending his title. Michael Bisping versus Dan Henderson. So we all know how the first one went. Yeah, let's go through the picks. Mark Diakese versus Lukas Sajewski. Diakese is a very good striker, and he's on a good run as well. He's undefeated, 9-0. Still a bit inexperienced, but as I said, he's undefeated, so a lot of potential there. I've got Diakese, and I've got round 1 TKO. Second up, we've got Leonardo Santos versus Adriano Martins. Both pretty rounded guys. Martins gets quite a few decisions, and yeah, they're quite similar, I feel. I think it'll be a bit of a drawn out fight, point scoring. I'm going to go for a decision win for Santos. Third up, we got Mike Perry versus Danny Roberts. Danny Roberts, I remember watching him a few cards back. He kind of let his emotions get to him a little bit, I thought. He kind of rushes in there a bit, whereas he could hold back a little bit and be more strategic, and yeah, just slow it down a little bit. Mike Perry had an awesome win over, was it Kim? I think his name was Kim, Asian dude, who was like, it was like David and Goliath, that contest, and Perry like pulled out the magnificent win, in my opinion. Like, he's got a ton of power in his hands. Roberts is an okay striker, but I feel that Perry's power that he's got is going to be too much. I've got a second round TKO for Perry, even a KO. Fourth, we got Leon Edwards versus Albert Tumenov. Edwards, he's not too bad, 11-3, good record. He gets quite a few decisions, and not a bad striker by any means. Tumenov, 17-3, so an even better record. And I just feel that these Russians are just gritty and tough, so I feel that Tumenov will just be a bit tougher, and I feel that he could edge the striking as well. Tumenov, first round KO, TKO. Next up, we got Davy Grant versus Damian Stashik. I remember watching Grant. I think he got a win last time I saw him, and it was a hard fought win. It was via decision, and he's 9-2. Stashik is 9-3. Quite a bit of distance in the rankings. Grant 62, Stashik 97. I feel that Grant is a gritty fighter, pretty good on the floor, and stand up is okay, but he's got a lot of heart, and yeah, I just feel that his toughness could win him this fight, and he seems to have a level head on him, so I'm going to go for a decision win for Grant. Ian Entwistle versus Rob Font. Now, Rob Font for me is he looks a bit hesitant in his fights. Technically he's pretty good, but I feel that he kind of cowers a little bit in strikes, and I think he just worries too much he overthinks the counter striking of his opponents. So I think that Entwistle could pressure him, and just in the mind games could probably get to him a bit. For those that don't know, this is a bit of outside trivia. Entwistle used to be a football player, pro footballer, soccer for the Americans that are watching, and yeah, he transitioned over to MMA, as is kind of was told that his footballing career he wasn't at the level that people wanted him to be, so he transitioned over. Brad Pickett versus Alcantara. Alcantara good on the ground. Pickett no slouch on the ground, but he's definitely got the size advantage, Alcantara, and as much as I want Pickett to win, being it's going to be in England and he's a hometown fighter sort of thing, I think that Alcantara will outclass him. And oh my bad, I forgot to say Entwistle submission round 3. But yeah, going back to Alcantara, I feel that he will just outclass Pickett and grind him down and just use his weight and his length on Pickett. I got him for a submission in round 2. Bektic was Misrad Bektic versus Russell Dwan. Dwan not on a good run. I think he's lost his last 4 or 5. Yeah, he'll want to change that. He's 14-6. Bektic is undefeated with 10 wins, and he's higher ranked as well. I've got Bektic for a decision. Stefan Struve versus Daniel Omielanczek. Omielanczek's just known for having a brilliant engine for a guy his size, and he will just non-stop pressure. I do think that he takes too many shots to the head. He's tough and he can take the shots, but those shots are going to add up the later on in his career he goes, so that does worry me a bit. Struve is just brilliant with the kickboxing and his length. He's that typical Dutch fighter. Very impressive win in his last fight, and yeah, his length will just cause people problems. He even had to sit down for the photo shoot for the preview for the fights coming up, because he's that tall that he can't fit in the shot properly. Antonio Silva was the fight I was referring to, the impressive fashion he won, and yeah, like, he's very impressive for a guy his size. And yeah, I'm going for a KO TKO in the first round. Next up we got Jimmy Manuwa versus Ovince St. Preux. Manuwa, he actually come from a boxing background, transitioned over to MMA, got started in the ground game with jiu-jitsu, and he's kind of known now for just vicious strikes, and yeah, he'll just put a lot of pressure on you and hit hard. Ovince St. Preux, we all know, went the distance with John Jones. I think he just needed to believe in himself a little bit more in that fight, and he would have probably won that fight. But an explosive guy, former footballer, just a powerful athlete, just a brilliant athlete in all honesty. Again, I don't like to root against my own guys, but I've got St. Preux. I feel that he's going to be quicker, more explosive. If he can avoid the strikes coming in to try and take Manuwa down, if he chooses to do that, I see him winning. He does need to be careful in the striking area of it. I'm going to go for a decision for St. Preux. Co-main event, Vitor Belfort versus Gegard Mousasi. Belfort, just a veteran. I'm surprised he's still going. Take my hat off to him for just keeping in shape and being able to do it at his age. Big opportunity for Mousasi, and I believe he's going to take it. I just feel that he's going to be quicker. He's going to be better on the ground. Belfort probably has the power advantage, but I think that Mousasi's technique will win it over, and I've got a TKO and KO first round for Mousasi. That could go decision, but I'm going to go for a first round TKO. And finally, main event, we got Michael Bisping versus Dan Henderson. We all know the history behind this. UFC 100, and Henderson embarrassed Bisping with that powerful knockout and hit him when he was on the floor already out. Yeah, a lot of history between these two. Obviously the Ultimate Fighter, they were the coaches, and yeah, it was getting heated. So yeah, there's a lot of shit there from the past. Bisping's got a lot of pressure on him being in England, in his hometown, and he's got that to fight against, knowing that happened in the past and knowing that the world's seen that. So there's a lot of pressure on Bisping, but he's a fighting man, and yeah, he will he's an old-fashioned type man, like, and I love that about him. A lot of people hate him, but let's not forget he beat Anderson Silva. Now, I don't care what any of you say, the majority of you watching this would have picked Anderson Silva, no two ways about it. And people still continue to doubt him. Then he beat Rockhold, who everyone thought was going to beat him as well. So give the man some credit. He's due it. Henderson's obviously got the power. I feel that Bisping will not lie down without a fight. And he looks in good shape coming in. I feel that he's going to be fitter. He's got more heart than Dan has. And he's going to just be more rounded, I feel. Obviously, Henderson's got the Greco-Roman wrestling on his side. But I think Bisping's heart and pressure will win him this fight. If he needs to watch out for that power that Henderson's got. But I'm going for a Michael Bisping KO, TKO, round 2. That's the picks, guys. Make sure you tune in Saturday night. Enjoy the event. I'm out.